Well, hi guys. Today we're going to create a YouTube intro logo, step by step. That's where your logo starts off your YouTube video as an intro. 5 seconds of pure fun. This is an Apple Motion 6 beginner tutorial. Now the first thing, once it's started up, open Motion and select New. Now give it a moment, depending on your computer, and highlight the Motion project. It may come up already highlighted by default. But first we need to set the presets on the right hand side. Now mine's 4K Ultra HD. That's the preset I normally use on YouTube. But select your default preset if you like. You might run something smaller, Broadcast HD, anything like that. You can set the custom and you can make it what you like. You'll normally match your usual video size and frame rate. I've selected 4K Ultra HD. That's my default FCP setting, as I mentioned. Select your preferred frame rate. Mine's 30 frames per second. If you don't know, use 24 or 30. They're pretty standard YouTube frame rates. Now set the duration of the effect to 5 seconds. Now you can see in that duration band there's lots of seconds and fractions of seconds. You just need 0.5 in that frame there. So it's 5 seconds. So your settings should look something like this. Now you can press open. And up comes your main interface. Now I've surrounded all these separate interfaces, if you like, by yellow bars here, just to pick them out for you. There's the library and inspector, the layers panel, the viewer panel, and the timeline panel. Very easy to find your way around once you know they're there. You might even like to take a screenshot of that, keep it by your desk for reference if you're a real beginner, and it'll certainly help you find your way around when you're reading other texts, because sometimes videos of this go too quick. That's why I'm using slides for this beginner series, because you don't have to try and follow me stepping through quickly, do this, do that, do the next thing. Each slide will come along just like that as we need it. Now, logo import and positioning. Once you're open, we're going to put a logo in the layer and in the view panel. So you can use Command I and select your pre-made transparent PNG or SVG logo. You may have even done this in Affinity, which I normally use and have been using for years, but you'll probably have other programs you can use as well. Or you can select the media icon up the top there. You can see it in blue inside the yellow frame. Select media and right click in the media window. That's the media pane there. And select import, as you've got the picture there. And it goes over, you can find your logo and click on import, and there you go. Presto bumpo, it's in the layers panel and it's in the view panel. Drag the image into the viewer panel and center it using the guides. Normally a couple of yellow guides will come up telling you when it's exactly in the center. That'll save you a lot of messing about later on. Now if you select the logo in the layers panel, then select the inspector, then properties, then transform, you can set the position X and Y to 0, just in case you've moved it or something. Just check that, doesn't hurt to make sure it's exact. Select scale and then adjust until the logo fits the center if needed. You might have it centered, it might be exactly the size and where you want it. Set the anchor point to centered on the logo. That you can see the anchor point, which is a little circle cross thing in the middle of the logo. Just make sure that's set, and you can see on the left hand side there, just under the red arrow, you've got anchor point, and they're both X and Y are set to 0. That makes life easy for you. Okay, now locate the library, top left, behaviors, and select a theme, all. Go down to the list to find overshoot and select it. A coloured cog will appear at the top. Now take your time here, there's a lot to see. When you go to Library, which is the top left, then go to Behaviours, which is the top of the left-hand list there, just under the cog. You can see a little cogwheel with the word Behaviours next to it. That's where it's hiding out. Now, right across from that, you'll see the word Theme and All with a little drop arrow next to it. That's what I'm talking about there, Theme All. Now, click on that to display the entire list, which is really long. There's about 300 of them. Go down the list to find Overshoot. Fortunately, they're in alphabetical order, so it won't be hard to find, and you want Overshoot. Select it, and a coloured cog will appear in the top panel up there. You can see I've already got it selected, so the coloured cog is up there. As I said, take your time, there's a lot to see here. Now, select Apply in the Overshoot icon pane. It will be placed below your logo layer. You can see where your logo layer is there, and below that there's another little cog. That's your Overshoot. Now, just to be sure what you're doing here, go back and select the logo layer. Don't leave it on the Overshoot layer. Now, in the Inspector panel, now set the start value to -100. You're in Behaviours. You've got the logo layer selected. You're in Overshoot there. You've got the Overshoot just on the left-hand side with a blue and black arrow there. Set the start value to -100. You'll have to type it in because the slider bar won't go down that far. And the end value to 0 and cycles to 3. As soon as you type in -100, your logo will disappear, and it'll stay disappeared until you run the project, which is very soon now. Now we're going to add some audio. Use Command-I to import a swoosh or pop SFX. It's a WAV or AIF file is preferred, or drag the audio file into the Layers panel. Now you select Audio and you can drag your audio file into that. Open the audio timeline if it hasn't opened automatically for you. Mine opens automatically when I drag anything in there. Drag the audio clip to the timeline so the waveform peaks exactly where the logo hits its target overshoot scale, or where you best want it. It's kind of a matter of choice. And adjust the volume to suit. Now you do want it not whisper quiet, but you want it reasonably loud so people can hear it. It's the first thing they're going to hear and see when they start your video. Now you can run the project by tapping the play button, and away it will go. Select Command+E to export the movie. Now select Apple ProRes and all the 4s. Otherwise transparency won't work. Well, if you've got a transparent PNG or SVG file, and I have, as you'll see. The colour channels, Colour plus Alpha, and include video and audio. Now move to the next tab, the Render tab, and check Motion Blur. Click Next to name and render the file. Now that was quick, wasn't it? There's your finished logo. It'll play on the next frame. Very cool. And I've got a red arrow still in front of that and I've left there. But the red arrow's gone here. And there it is. Your finished intro logo movie. I hope you enjoyed making yet another logo intro in Motion. You could in fact use nearly any image instead of a logo. It's your choice. The more you learn, the less money you spend on archive sites. If you would care to subscribe, I'd be very grateful. Click the thumbs up to like, and I'll see you in the next video.